So definitely see if you can get paid time, like paid travel home. What's up, y'all? It's me, Tara Marie, and we're back at it again with another video, girls. Hey, y'all, so we back with another video. I always say girls, y'all. I'm so sorry. I mean girls and gals, because I know it's guys too that watch my videos as well. We never know. I do have a title. We're gonna get into winter essentials that you need when you're on a traveling contract. Y'all, as y'all can tell, I got a beanie on because it's cold outside and I just got in the house. And get into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and leave some things below that you guys want to see in the video. I know I've been gone for a while. Take care of some things, you know, personal stuff. You know, winter depression comes. Also got sick, wasn't feeling well. So I kind of just needed this moment to recalibrate, get myself back together. And also I got an extension on my current contract, so now I'll be here instead of to November, I'll be here until February. So we're gonna talk about that as well on my contract, because I haven't done a video on this current contract I'm on. I know, guys, I'm kind of behind with some videos. So first thing first, so you know we're gonna decorate our pumpkin today. I haven't got the questions up. So first thing first, I'm gonna touch a couple of different topics. Over a few random items first. Then we're gonna go over like a couple clothes things, housing and transportation stuff, and things that you should use on your contract if you're having to get an extension or be somewhere and the season changes code or whatever the case may be. First thing first is sanitizer lotion. As y'all can tell, I'm sanitizing my hands. So anybody who works really in healthcare in general, even if you feel like, I feel like even if you're an outpatient pharmacy, or if you're even in, what is it called? If you're an outpatient community pharmacy, whatever the case may be, I feel like everybody has to wash their hands a lot throughout the day, because you're touching patients, you're making medications, and you know, you just want to keep everything sanitized throughout the whole day. So I feel like it's very normal for everyone to have to wash their hands a lot. Let's paint my pumpkin first. I got like a yellow looking one. Yeah, I think I was gonna paint the whole thing, then just add little stuff on it. But so yeah, so let's get into this. So you wash your hands a lot throughout the day, so I feel like it's very normal for us to get very dry hands, no matter the skin complexion, whatever the case may be. I feel like it's very common for a lot of people to get dry hands while working in the pharmacy or in healthcare in general. While working in healthcare in general. So I think a lot of people, you know, throughout the times, you know, sometimes you don't get a chance to put lotion on your hands a lot. Well, y'all, do not mind my nails. I'm gonna get them painted today. I just haven't had a chance. I'm checking off everything off my to-do list right now, and this was more important. So in healthcare, you are consistently moving. You don't really have time to let me rub in the lotion, the hand sanitizer. Now let me rub in the lotion, and like, especially you got somebody waiting on you at the counter. They're like, girl, what are you doing? Or sir, what are you doing? Can you come and lotion my hand? Like, I said lotion my hands. Can you come and check out my medications? Like, whatever the case may be. Like, they're trust me, they are impatient. They don't even understand. I'm like, cause second, I'm with you, sir. Yes, so and so, Jane Doe 1122. Sorry, I said 1 second. Why are you telling me your information? I'm not ready. Like, I'm literally not even at the counter. So it's like, yeah, so it's like, you know how impatient, which is understanding. People are sick, or they're leaving hospitals, they're ready to go home. Nobody wants to sit there and be at the pharmacy all day, as much as we don't want y'all to be waiting there all day. So that's a big one, is hand sanitizer lotion. The next one I want to touch on quickly is hand warmers. When I tell you guys, on my last assignment when I was in Rhode Island, hand warmers were saving my life. I'm from Atlanta, and I currently reside in Houston. I'm not like used to this cold weather that these up north and Midwest, these Midwest states are. I don't experience that weather, baby. I lived in Ohio when I was younger for a little bit, but baby, that was like 10 years ago. Okay, my body is no longer immune to that weather. Like, no. So I definitely am like not used to the temperature that I'm getting now. So what was I gonna say? So yeah, hand warmers definitely saved my life with having to, even though my current contract, I don't have a car, which we're gonna talk about that situation when I make that video. I'm so sorry. When I was in Rhode Island, I had my own vehicle that I was able to rent there. And I still had to, because of how the hospitals are set up, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people run into this too, you don't normally are able to get, and even at your home hospital or whatever the case may be, if you're not working at somewhere a little bit smaller that has like close on-site parking, you find yourself being farther away. So you're having to walk closer to the facility or across the street or whatever the case may be, and it's cold. And sometimes gloves do not do it for all of us, especially for us who are not used to the colder weather. So I find myself putting my hand warmers in my gloves first thing, and then like when I walk out the house, have my hand warmers on my gloves so I can go ahead and let my hands heat up a little bit, because it'd be freezing. It'd be freezing outside. So I tend to do that just to help, because you don't want to have freezing hands and then now you got frostbite and now you got to give your hands a second to warm up, and your hands are like, you want to be able to get straight to work. You don't want to have to sit there and wait for your hands to warm up. Unfortunately, they don't have fireplaces at work. So unfortunately, so it's a little bit harder. So hand warmers are definitely a necessity. Like, I feel like you definitely need hand warmers. Hand warmers definitely have saved my life working in healthcare, having to use your hands frequently, and you want your hands to be nice, warm, ready to go, not having to warm them up, or they're feeling fragile because they've been sitting there freezing, having darn near frostbite. So it's a little bit harder. Yeah, so I'm done, almost done with painting the pumpkin. It looks a little ugly, so I'm trying to like make a nice clean paint surface throughout the whole thing. Next part, cold medicine and preventing things that prevent sickness. I am so big on I'm not a person who gets sick that often, so I try my best to prevent it before it happens. Definitely be taking your vitamin C's and your vitamin D's. Definitely take your zincs. Definitely take things that are helping your immune system fight back, because you have to think about it. Your body, just like your body's not used to, your immune system is not used to being in the colder area, having to fight off certain things and having to jumpstart. Like, my body's not ready for this. And no matter, I don't care to say, my body is synced to holidays. When it's Halloween, I literally crave candy. Like, so my body knows, like, come on, my body knows, like, girls that time of the year. So it's like your body is not used to these super cold temperatures out of nowhere. Like, it's like, girl, we ain't never been here at this time of the year. Like, so yeah, so I definitely try my best to definitely take some things. Like I told you, I did get sick when I first got here, but I'm kind of happy about, which is the crazy part about it, is, y'all, it's not even cold it's gonna get here, and I got sick already. So but I'm kind of happy about, though, because many times if I get sick, I normally am more able to fight it off a little bit easier. Essential, if you're able to, in your suitcases, I know we pack a lot of stuff because we're going to be gone for a while. Thick covers. I literally have I'm not gonna pull off my bed right now, my thick Falcons cover, because sometimes I don't know I didn't even know it was gonna get that cold, and I wasn't even gonna be here that long. Sometimes it works. You don't want to sometimes bring a whole comforter. I'm on the verge of like, I kind of want to buy a comforter while I'm here, because I'm gonna be here for another 3 months. You don't have time or the space to sit there and get a big old comforter. So I definitely think having a thicker cover is essential, that you can put under those hotel covers or whatever covers they give you. And if you're at an Airbnb or something of the sort and they give you a cover, or you renting, a house, like a place, you might not have, have that nearby. But if you're somewhere Airbnb or something and they provide those, awesome. But a lot of us who are in hotels, extended stays, who may be in renting, a spot, you don't have that. I would bring some, what are they called? I would bring the coffee cups, the ones, like the disposable ones. Put them in your locker for my night shift girlies and boys who are having to do night shift, and the hospital is cold. Baby, it's already cold outside, and I'm cold in here. So it's like, you definitely want to try to be able to drink your warm stuff if you want to. There's a lot of times it's a coffee shop, but if you're running in and out around, or they don't have exactly what you want, because I find that a lot of times. When I was in Atlanta and I worked at Children's, we had Starbucks. And even growing up, I never was a coffee drinker that wasn't nothing but Starbucks, because I'm really not a coffee drinker. I don't like coffee. I hate the way it tastes. I hate the way it smells sometimes. Like, I don't like coffee. So it's easier for me to drink a Starbucks because it's super sweet and I don't taste the coffee taste. They add all these crazy flavors. So it's like with Starbucks, you're not even tasting that super coffee taste. So I was always used to, ooh, Starbucks, I'm having Starbucks. So when I got to the other places, wait, the Royal Hospital worked around, they had this thing called a Javalanche. Chef's kiss, y'all. It tasted like a Wendy's. And this is the thing, I've had the Wendy's frosty coffee, get that there or something, but it was good at first, and then it was like, it tastes like super coffee. So yeah, definitely, you know, if you can, bring your own things. You want to be comfortable as possible. I find it that I can make my shifts easier whenever I'm bringing things that make me comfortable. Like if I have my station set up how I want it to be set up or whatever. Like I try to make my experience as comfortable as possible, because 9 times out of 10, some of us aren't even there that long, and for 2, like, you know, you want to enjoy it. Like that's the point, a reason why you started traveling, or even if you don't travel, because you can use these things if you just at your home place. You want to make your experience, your travel experience, as fun as possible. Like that's why you started traveling. You like the concept of traveling. Lotion that I've heard of, I'm getting to know, it looks like it has very amazing benefits. I have not got a chance to try it. I can't find it anywhere, but when I read the reviews and I was reading like what other people were saying, what nurses were saying about it, I was like, I definitely have to try this. It's called Glove in a Bottle lotion. They said this, like I was saying about the whole sanitizer lotion with your hand barrier. It says that this lotion creates the barrier of, you know, keeping that barrier of your hands are not getting so brittle and ashy so fast, and you're not having to, you're more prone to hand cuts, and your hands are getting cracked and all the things that can happen when you have super dry hands. You're not coming into contact with that. So I've heard, I'm getting you know, I've seen that some reviews that this lotion is amazing, so you gotta try it. It's called the Glove in a Bottle lotion. They do have it on Amazon. I did see it on, I think it was like $7 at the most. Not super expensive. Probably could find it more at your local Walgreens, maybe. I've noticed that regionally, a lot of places have a lot of different things. Like I done been to Dollar Trees, and I'm like, bro, you have this at the Dollar Tree? My Dollar Tree don't have nothing but candy, chips, and a few plastic little cups. Maybe some nice little decent decorations every now and then. But, you know, everybody's store is different. Off-topic subject. Everybody keeps asking me about this Target bag. Maybe y'all, ooh, you can see it right there, actually. My family's like, oh my God, where'd you get this Target bag from? Like, this is super nice. It's big. It's like one of those big IKEA bags. And they're like, bro, like, where'd you have that? I've never seen that before. It's one of those things. Yeah, think about it. People, each area of a company is districtly managed by their region. So it's like, Georgia might have this, but California might not have that, because that's a totally different region. So it's like everybody has, you know, and they have different marketing managers in the different regions. So they have different stuff. Next topic. Scrubs and chapstick. Let me tell you, you want to keep, for one, we already have these masks on. So it's not making it any better that we have masks on, and now it's getting colder outside. And now my lips are getting zero moisture. Like, that is not good for us. Now my lips are getting zero moisture. So I find it better if, and this is something I actually, this is my daily routine. This is something I do every day, but I find it better during the colder seasons to do this consistently anyways. You know, for everybody, because I know men might not take the time to do all the, like, girl, I don't got time for that. They might moisturize their lip with some Carmex, but they're not gonna do all this. But men too, like this, you got that little dead skin and stuff on your lips, or your lips are cracking, please get you a lip scrub. Get you a lip scrub, and it's gonna change your life. Get a lip scrub. They have, like, I have these finger spoolies that you put on there for your lips, and it helps you scrub it. Or, you know, like a regular average person, they do, like, you know, they just take the lip scrub. I mean, it is sugar and it's pretty rough. You can just scrub it on there. But I do take an extra tool, because even if I don't have lip scrub, I might put some baking soda on the tool and scrub it on my lips as well. So get you a lip scrub. Like, lip scrubs can change your life. A lip scrub with some good moisture, like a Carmex or a Vaseline. Carmex is definitely my go-to. Vaseline is definitely my go-to straight out the shower. When I'm at the shower, I use a good Vaseline, and Carmex on the go. So yeah. That really wraps up the random items, and now we're gonna get into the different topics with clothes, housing, and your contract. Okay, y'all, put the camera a little bit lower so y'all can actually see what I'm doing. My pumpkin is not cute. I should let it dry. It would have become out better if you let it, like, dry. But clothes stuff. So clothes. I did not bring like any winter clothes for real, but I wasn't trying to splurge and just buy a whole bunch of clothes, because before I left my last contract, their mall was so different. Like their H&M was different. Their Forever 21 was like totally like way different. They had like more, I would say their style of clothes was more like classier, more of like luxury type style, high end. Like their H&M was so like bougie. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I definitely just bought like some dress clothes. And my last contract, I was wearing scrubs, as in this contract we dress up. So I was like, bro, I'm not gonna buy a whole bunch more dress up clothes when outside of here. Yeah, I don't wear dress up clothes. Like I get dressed, but I don't wear dress up clothes. Probably like more of like what you consider like urban street clothes. I hate the word streetwear, because it kind of sounds like I'm wearing hoochie clothes or something. Like, but I'm 20 years old. I don't dress like a businesswoman every day when I go outside. I'm sorry. Like, I'm 20. Like, come on now. Clothes, you definitely want to make sure you have some gloves. And one of the hacks that I do, like I did especially when I was a kid, just keep your gloves in your pocket, in your coat pockets, because you'll sit there and take them gloves off, put them down somewhere, and then you'll be mad as hell when you leave work and it's freezing outside like an iceberg, and you ain't got no gloves because you done took the gloves off on your dresser or on your counter in the house, and that's where your gloves are when it's time to go home. Yeah. So definitely make sure you put your gloves in your, actually just put my gloves inside my beanie before I leave work. When I get to work and before when I get home, and I just stuck them right back in my pocket before I even take the coat off. I let the gloves be the first thing I take off, so I can put them up, because I don't want to forget, because I would hate to be freezing outside and then I ain't got no gloves. That would suck. So yeah, definitely want to make sure you have a suitable amount of gloves and beanies. Boots. So some places like here where I work at, we don't really wear boots. And when you work in the hospital, you don't want to walk around no Ugg boots or no rain boots or no whatever type of boots you like to wear throughout the day on no floor or no hospital. Like that's just, one, it's gonna look tacky. Two, that you just don't walk around like that. Like boots aren't really hospital comfortable all the time. They're pretty comfortable, but I don't know if they're really that comfortable. They can get hot. Like you don't want to be wearing those in the hospital. I would say if you can bring up a bag or whatever the case may be, or even, the back of your boots have a loop on it, bring something like, like for us athletes in school, how you used to hang your shoes onto your butt bag. I mean, do you really care about how it looks, or do you want to be comfortable and make sure you're, what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, you don't even have to do that throughout the day. You can keep your tennis shoes or whatever you wear in your book bag, wear your boots to work. When you get to work and get on the floor, then put on your boots, your tennis shoes, put your boots back on your book bag or something. Yeah, so then you're comfortable when you're there and you're comfortable when you leave. You don't want to have to just dress for one way and be uncomfortable at another place because you only dress from one way. So you just keep yourself comfortable and prepared throughout the whole day, Coats and jacket change out. Okay, same thing I feel like with jackets. I might wear like a cardigan or something, but if I'm wearing a long cardigan, me personally, when I walk outside, I don't want to wear no coat that comes to my waist, and I got a cardigan that goes to my knees. That's kind of crazy. Or sometimes it might be too too stuffy. Me personally, that's why I always get coats that are a little bit bigger so I can wear a jacket under them. But it might not be comfortable to have the jacket under them. So I always like to make sure I have a jacket and I have a coat. I always put the jacket in my bag, but I also wear the coat to work, because you might get cold throughout the day and nobody's gonna put on no huge coat to wear throughout the day. I'm not gonna wear no coat all day. Like, you ever see kids at school, and that's why I used to never bring a coat to school, because I used to tell my mom, like, for one, I grew up in Atlanta and you didn't really need no coat. Mom was still trying to send me to school with a coat. I'm like, girl, I'm not wearing this coat to school. I'm not gonna walk around looking like the marshmallow man. So like, I used to hate, I'd be like, bro, the kids walk around all day with these big fat coat on. Like, why you got this coat on? So you don't want to walk around with a coat on all day at work. Like, so I always try to make sure I bring a jacket. Just keep a jacket in my bag, just so then if I do get cold, I can put a jacket on top of my scrubs or on top of my sweater or whatever I got on. Throw a jacket on, but I also have my coat to wear when I go outside because it's freezing. And these might not even be essential. These are just fashion things. But you know, like you wanna be ready. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just you might wanna do that. Just whatever your preference might be. So my pumpkin is for the most part painted as good as it's gonna get. So we're just gonna start decorating, even though it's not dry. Honestly, I think the paint will make this stuff stick a little bit better. So it's really up to you. It's whatever your preference is. I personally, these are just the things that I like to do. Next, housing and transportation. Okay, housing. Like I said, some of us are staying in hotels, some of us are staying in Airbnb, some of us are renting. Whatever your preference is, before you go there, and I have to learn, like I want to definitely do a video like things to ask, things to know before you go on your contracts, because all these are new to me and I'm kind of new to traveling as well. So I kind of don't, I want to experience some more before I really make a whole video on that. Definitely ask. Hotels, you know, they have heating, cooling system, which honestly is the best part about staying in a hotel, because even though hotels are expensive as hell, and it was up to me, I would not be in a hotel right now, but we're gonna get into that story later on why I am. Let me pull out this stuff. It's the tail, the hair, and they're wooden too, y'all. I might reuse them. What is this? Oh, this is the little bra. That's so cute. The eyeballs, the mouth. What is this? The nose. I don't know how this is gonna work, y'all, because I didn't realize, I thought we have sticky things, but I just realized that I should let it dry. Housing. You definitely want to ask if you are doing Airbnb, if you are doing rented. With renting, I'm pretty sure you can control your own heating cooling system. You definitely want to ask with Airbnb, is heating cooling system, are you able to control that? You definitely want to figure that out before you get there, because you don't want to pay for it. And me personally, this is a preference also with Airbnbs as well. I never pay for a month's worth of stay when I first get my Airbnb. I always pay for at the most 3 weeks to a month. I'm gonna say I never pay for like the whole stay. 3 weeks to a month, because you might get somewhere like my last contract. You might get somewhere, it looks nice on the Airbnb. I'm pretty sure y'all been there. It looks nice on the website, and then you get there and it's like, this definitely does not picture. And you don't want to pay. And anybody who knows, Airbnb is difficult. Airbnb is not there for their customers. They're more there for the people that make them the money. So I'm gonna make a backwards at first, y'all, and then reveal it to y'all, because you know it's definitely more of supporting their people that make them the money than they are, you know, the people that are staying with them. So so you don't want to be in situations to where you paid all this money to stay somewhere and now you can't get your money back. Because I have definitely been there with Airbnb and paid money to stay somewhere, and then it wasn't with what I was expecting, and couldn't get my money back. I'm definitely gonna have to, y'all, I know for the ones who know, seen my videos before, I know I told you I was gonna do the video on like the rat horror story and never got a chance to. So I'm just gonna do a Airbnb horror story on that whole contract as a whole, because, and just tell y'all the certain things I experienced with that contract as a whole. Y'all, why is the hair like that? Like, it don't want to stay up. And it's weird because the toothpick is adjacent. Like, it's not. I guess I should have did it like this. Hold on. Like that. Okay. So yeah, like it's you. Wow. Let's see how that's gonna go. You definitely don't want to go somewhere and be stuck. So you definitely want to ask before you get there, is heating and cooling system, is it something that you can control? Because you don't want to be stuck in like super cold or super hot, because everybody's temperature is different. Like, some people are, I'm anemic. I'm not gonna get into what kind of anemic I am, which is, it's just weird. So my temperature changes. So I like to be able to be in control. Literally, when I wake up, and I have a weird thing with my sleep. My sleep is controlled by my temperature. I can go to sleep. I literally could be up all night like, oh my God, why can't I go to sleep? Maybe because it's not freezing in here. It has to be freezing for me to go to sleep. When I wake up in the morning, sometimes I cannot get up or I won't get out the bed because it's cold as hell, and I could just condition myself to be in the bed because now it's cold and I want to sit in the bed. When I put the heat on, I can get up. So I like to be able to control my temperature. That's just me. So you definitely want to make sure that, and if it's not, it's something that's comfortable, or you're able to get in contact with someone who is able to change it for you. This is a big one. I feel like when renting a car, you definitely want to make sure that they give you a car that is suitable for the area that you live in. If you're somewhere where it might snow, you want to get a car that's suitable for traction. You want to get a car that's suitable for traction because for someone who doesn't know how to drive in the snow, you don't want to be, you don't want to be stuck trying to get your car through the snow and you don't even know how to drive in the snow in the first place. So that's something you definitely want to make sure that you are getting something that's suitable for your liking and making you comfortable when you are driving. Another thing, let me speed it up, y'all, because this video is becoming longer than it needs to be. Another essential you want to have in your car, whether you want to get or you want to make sure the company supplies it, you want to have jumper cables, just car accessories, because you do not want to get stuck somewhere that, for one, you probably don't even have no family at, don't know any close friends or anything in the area. So you want to be careful with that, like not getting stuck somewhere and you don't even know where the heck you're at. Two, another essential that helps in the morning, definitely, especially with summer, if you don't know where you're at and the weather is changing, you definitely want to heat up your car just to give your car a chance to get comfortable and get used to the road, not used to the road, get comfortable with the temperature before you start to drive your car, especially if you're somewhere where you don't typically drive out or the roads are different. Like when I was on Rhode Island, the roads were definitely a little bit different than back home. I don't know what it was. The roads are definitely different. And I think when I first got there, it was some ice on the road. Mind you, I just started driving when I was like 17, 18. Never drove in ice before. So that was my first time driving in ice. Thank God I had an SUV, which had traction resistant. So it was really good traction, like, on the road. So that's something you definitely want to be. Y'all, I didn't even make no move my mouth. That's something you definitely want to make sure you look into when you're getting your car for wherever you're going to be at. Another thing, when you get in your car, and especially when it's cold and if you're not in a car or whatever the case situation is, like my current situation, you're having to use busing, if you don't know, your phone has this handy dandy like route to tell you when the bus is coming, what bus it is, and it actually can locate the bus. So I always try to locate the bus before, because I don't want to come out there, wait for the bus to stop for 20 minutes and it's freezing outside. So I try to oh my gosh, I just messed up my mouth. I try to use that app so I can figure out where the bus is, how far it is, and what time do I need to come outside. So that's a really helpful tip if you're having to use busing for transportation while you're out on your contract. I'm getting paint everywhere. This is why when I was a kid, my mom did not let me paint. She didn't let me do nail polish in the house because I am messy. So you definitely want to do that. We're going to proper hair. Cup warmers, y'all. This is just something I like to do because this is something I feel like helpful is when you're getting in the car, especially if you're going somewhere you don't normally go. You're trying to focus on the road. You're trying to, drive at the same time. And you might have hit your coffee up before you left home. But now you done drove 20 minutes or whatever the case may be. And you also don't want to spill it on yourself. And now your coffee is not warm anymore. So cup warmers, you can find them on Amazon. They're really essential to, keeping your coffee warm. You can also use a microwave at the same time. But if you're new to the area and new to the facility and you don't know where a microwave is at this moment, it's helpful. And sometimes you don't have time to, and I'm just saying because I've been in like some very busy situations with the hospitals that I'm in, and I'm more of like trying to stay focused on getting things done so you don't have time to do all that extra running around when you first get there, y'all. This pumpkin is gonna be ugly. Little extra items, not an essential. Something nice to have though. So last thing but not least, let's get into your contract with the weather change. Me, where I'm currently at, I was not expecting to be here during this time of the year. Didn't know it was going to be cold. And I don't have a car out here, so it makes my stay a little bit harder. So when they asked me if I wanted to extend, of course, number one, if you don't do nothing else, ask for more money. Okay? Because now you're using your time to, you're missing out on family events. I'm here during the winter. I'm going to be here during Thanksgiving. I'm not going to be here during Christmas, and I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm here during Halloween. Maybe not a big deal for everybody else, but I like to spend holidays with my family. So it's like, you definitely ask for more money for your time. I don't care if you don't do nothing else. Ask for more money for your time. Because you're doing them a service and you're sacrificing your time. Always ask for more money when it comes to your time. Another one. And even if they don't, the contract, the place to yourself, the place that your facility you're working doesn't give you more money, a lot of times, hopefully you have a good recruiter who can work with your agency to try to get you some more money, whether it's towards just your stipend. Maybe they can get you some more money on your stipend. So it's like you want to definitely try to ask for more money. If you don't do nothing else, girls, boys and girls, I don't know why I was going to say girls. If you don't do nothing else, always ask for more money, okay? Not on no greedy stuff like, oh, money, get as much money as you can. I mean, I do feel like you should get as much money as you can. This is your career. And nobody's going to be your biggest advocate but you for your worth. Because you know what you're doing. You know you're there. The agency isn't there. The agency, and I know a lot of us have been in situations where, oh, you get there, you're going to do this, this, and that. And now you're doing this, that, and this, the third. Like, whoa, no wonder why you guys need some help. So you definitely want to make sure that you're being your biggest advocate for yourself and making sure you're asking for more money for sure. Like that said, okay, I'm going to be here longer. There's a weather change. Can I get some more money due to the fact that it's a climate change? It's something that I'm not familiar with in this situation. And all they can do is say no. Unless they're going to be like, oh, you're asking for more things? Well, you need to get the, bye. We cannot meet your needs, bye. I mean, you were good the first part of they liked you to ask you for an extension. Definitely should just be your advocate for yourself and say, hey, is there any way? And my recruiter, don't get me wrong, she did a very well job of getting things, things I didn't ask for this extension. And, she did very well helping me. But my recruiter didn't ask, should we ask for some more money? Before, I'm not gonna lie, my last contract she did, she was like, I still can get you some more money on this, with this. She didn't ask me this time. So I'll make sure I ask myself, like, hey, can we see if we can get some more money? You definitely should, take time out your day to ask for more money when it comes to your contracts and them to ask you to do something that she was not already there. You know what I'm saying? The other thing with the clothing and your contract, mapping out, where stores are, in your area to see where you're going to be able to buy more stuff at. If you're going to have to, thank God, I don't have a car. There's an Old Navy over here. Old Navy was very, very delightful with like finding dress pants, finding long johns, finding long sleeves to wear. Definitely map out, where what other places you can get these resources at, as well as take it into consideration. You only bought 2 suitcases, 3 suitcases. Remember, you gotta ship this stuff back home. And I always, that's what I end up doing. I end up shipping it back home. I think I did about 2 big boxes. I come out of my pocket maybe like $100 and something, at the most 180. Well, still full my silk us up to the max. When I got to the airport, $100 for shipping, but I should have just shipped all my stuff back in the first place to make sure it fit, and not try to make the suitcase big as hell to a busted. It didn't bust, but I'm saying too big. And now I had to pay an extra $100. I think it was like $150 actually. I don't think it was $100. I think it was $150. Yeah. Here's the thing. The number one thing that you want to know that they won't tell you. Make sure you ask, if I'm going to be extending my contract, can I get paid time to come home? And when I don't mean like, oh, they're going to pay your days off, I mean paid traveling home. you can get, and this is something that my recruiter showed to me, like, I asked her, said, hey, can I get this certain amount of time off, which was like 2 consecutive weeks. Probably could have asked for more, and they probably would have gave it to me, but I didn't want to be here that much longer. It's like, hey, just go ahead and get it out the way so we can go back home. But what she also got me was paid time to, like, trips home. Let me speed it up because I don't have no more storage on my phone, so I'm gonna talk fast. So yeah, that was something I didn't even know I could ask for. Didn't even know that was the thing that they were offering. So definitely see if you can get paid time, like paid travel home. Last but not least, definitely ask for things from your recruiter, from your agency, from your companies that you're working for that are gonna make you comfortable during the season. Like another thing I want to mention, some agencies are providing housing now, so that's not gonna be taken out your contract. So definitely see if, hey, I'm gonna be here longer and I didn't know that it was gonna get cold like this, or the place that I'm currently at is not suitable to my liking for this colder season. Can I get provided housing that is comfortable for me?